Hello guys, welcome to my channel Vijay sir. Once again I am here with the new topic. Today we are going to start class 10th CBSE board first flight book chapter 1, a letter to God. My intention to making this video to make the more and more students be benefited by this video. And in this video we are going to discuss the introduction of the chapter a letter to God and summary of a letter to God and important points of the letter to God, and it will be very beneficial for you. So let's start without wasting any time. Okay, a letter to God written by G.L. Fuentes. This chapter is written by G.L. Fuentes. Okay guys, so introduction of the chapter. First I would like to introduce the chapter. The story A Letter to God is about a poor farmer Lencho and his utmost faith in God. Lencho was an honest and hard-working farmer. Once there was a massive storm and hailstones began to fall along with heavy rain in his valley. Due to this, he lost all his crop. Hailstones destroyed all his crops. He and his family depended completely on the crop for their survival. Lencho firmly believed that God would help him in such a difficult situation, and he would not let him down and let his family die of hunger. Okay, guys? He decided to write a letter to God stating his destitute situation and seeking aid. A kind-hearted postman and some other employees of the post office saw the letter. In order not to shake the Lencho's faith and belief in God, they decided to help him, and the lesson is an emotional, heart-rending story that tells us to have faith in God and never to lose hope even during unfavorable situations. Okay guys, so let's start summary of the chapter. Here are given some of the activities in the starting of the chapter, and you can learn something from this. So let's start. As the story starts, the house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. And only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately means closely, and had done nothing else but see the sky towards. So here in this paragraph, the writer is telling this there is only one house that is situated in the whole valley, and it sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height anyone can see the river and the field of the corn that was dotted with the flowers, and it was always promising a good harvest. And the only thing the field needed was a downpour, or at least a shower throughout the morning. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately मतलब very closely, had done nothing, उसने कुछ भी नहीं किया, nothing else but see the sky towards the north east. और केवल नॉर्थ ईस्ट की तरफ स्काई को ही देखता रहा. ओके गाइस, तो इसका हम लोग समरी करेंगे पॉइंट टू पॉइंट. अभी अगर हम डिटेल इसके एक्सप्लेनेशन में जाएंगे तो द वीडियो विल बी वेरी लॉन्ग एंड it will be boring also. So let's start summary. First point is Lencho's hope of good harvest. Lencho was a farmer who lived at the crest of a low hill with his family, and his was the only house in the entire valley. His field was full of ripe corn, promising a good harvest, and the crop needed some rain. So Lencho desperately looked at the sky waiting for the rain. A good shower would further help his crop. A good harvest mean to good money. A good harvest mean good money. The whole family's aspiration lay on the good harvest. Okay, guys. Next point is turning of the Lencho's hope into anguish. Just as Lencho had desired, a big drop of rain began to fall, which gave Lencho a sign in his eyes, and he was extremely delighted to witness that. He compared the raindrops with silver coins falling from the sky. However, his joy turned into anguish when, along with the rain, huge hailstones falling down and completely destroyed the crops. The entire field was covered with a snow like layer of white salt, as he got an access for the survival of his family. Okay, guys. Now, Lencho's firm belief in God. Lencho's firm belief. Firm belief मतलब determined belief in God or utmost faith in God. Lencho was a firm believer of God. Then he was left with the single hope from God. Hence, he decided to write a letter to survive for God's help, to strive for God's help. In his letter, he asked God to send him 100 pesos so that he could sow his field again and support his family. He also mentioned that if God didn't help him, he and his family would die of hunger. Next point is the postmaster's apprehension to Lencho's letter. After reading Lencho's letter to God, postmaster broke into laughter, but realizing his firm faith in God, he turned thoughtful. He became thoughtful. He wished to have blind faith in God like Lencho. In order not to shake his faith in God, he decided to help Lencho as an act of charity. He collected 70 pesos with the help of his post office employees, and he himself contributed a part of his salary. And the following Sunday, the postmaster handed over the envelope of money to Lencho. Next point is Lencho called the post office employees a bunch of crooks. Lencho got angry after getting 70 pesos from God, as he has asked for 100 pesos. He did not believe that God could do such a mistake and send him 70 pesos instead of 100 pesos. So he decided to write a letter again to demand for the leftover money. In his second letter to God, he requested him not to send the money through money order because he doubted that the post office employees were a bunch of crooks. Lencho felt that the post office employees had stolen his 30 pesos. Okay, guys, this is the summary of the chapter, just summary of the story, summary of the lesson. Now we will see some of the important points, some of the important highlights of the chapter. First is Lencho was a farmer and hoped for good shower of rain to have a good crop. Second point is unfortunately it rained, but soon it changed into hailstorm which destroyed his whole crop of corn. Next is as he got an access for his family's survival, he decided to seek help from God. Next is in his letter to God he demanded 100 pesos. In his letter to God, he demanded 100 pesos. The postmaster and the other employees of the post office laughed when they saw Lencho's letter addressed to God. The postmaster and the other employees of the post office laughed when they saw Lencho's letter addressed to God. Next, the postmaster, out of pity for Lencho and also seeing his firm faith in God, decided to help him. The postmaster collected 70 pesos and gave the envelope to the postman, who gave it Lencho. Lencho got annoyed, got angry on getting only 70 pesos, as he had asked for the 100 pesos. Next point is, Lencho again wrote a letter to God wherein he asked for the rest of the 30 pesos, and Lencho called the employees of the post office a bunch of crooks, as he thought they had stolen the rest of the amount sent by the God. Okay, so this is the important highlight of the chapter. I hope you understood the topic and enjoyed the session. It will be beneficial for you all, and you will get the gist of the chapter and understood the summary. Even if any doubt, you can write me a message or comment in the comment box. I will give you proper response. Thanks a lot. Kindly like and subscribe my videos so that you can get the videos on time and be benefited. Thank you.